Hello, everyone. My name is Kela Taylor, and I am the founder of Marquee Enterprises. Welcome to Government Contracting 101. I'm going to show you all the basic fundamentals of doing business in the government marketplace. Now, what is government contracting? Well, for starters, the government is the United States' was the world's largest customer and consumer. And the government's main objective is to buy at a fair and reasonable price with trusted, responsible, and responsive bidders. Now, here are some consumer facts. Now, throughout this presentation, you may hear me say consumer, customer, government, spender. I am referring to the federal government, which is who is your customer. Now, our consumer, there are well over 85,000 agencies who purchase from people like you and I. And they have an annual spending budget of over $6 trillion. Here's a true fact. Well, they're all true, but here's a fact. In 2019, the government spent $4.45 trillion. Now, to you small business owners, we are what keeps the economy thriving. Small businesses are what keeps the economy thriving. So why in the heck are we not getting a percentage of this $4.45 trillion, right? Well, in this presentation, I am here to show you the basic fundamentals on how to tap into this marketplace. Why should we care about government contracting? Well, because what I just previously said, they are the largest spenders. This is an opportunity for you as a business owner, as a small business owner, to scale up, to increase your profits. And in doing that, we need to know that this customer base exists. And most of us don't know. And we don't know because we are literally like sleepwalking, or we're still focused on, being in the rat race of the day-to-day customer. How do you win government contracts? Well, just like any other situation, you want to build relationships. You have to date your customer. You have to court them. It's a courtship, right? In addition to dating your customer, you have to be present. These government agencies, they want to see you. They want to see you more than once. They want to get familiar with your face. Then in getting familiar with the face, that will get them familiar with your name, right? Oh, by the way, I see you often. What's your name? Oh, handshake. My name's Kela Taylor. Nice to meet you. You're going to already know their name. Why? Because you are going to vet your customer. You're going to know what type of items that they procure. You're going to know who and why you want to do business with them, right? And you want to let them know how you can help them be effective in their day-to-day operations. So, in doing that, if you can, propose reasonable bids, then bam, you've got their business. Now, minority certifications are ways to leverage and level in the playing field, because this $4.4 trillion is mostly being allocated towards towards larger corporations or prime contractors, meaning the larger companies, right? So, do you think you can compete with these larger companies? Probably not. Let's be realistic with ourselves. So, minority certifications are a great way to leverage your socioeconomic status and do business as a subprime or a subcontractor with the bigger boys. Now, I'm going to run through these acronyms because there's so many, and this is just a small portion of government minority certifications. But woman-owned small business, economic disadvantage, woman-owned small business. Those are federal certifications. MBE, Minority Business Enterprise, WBE 8A is another federal certification, which we will talk about in a different presentation. 8A, it allows you to get awarded larger contracts without having to compete or bid on the contracts. Disadvantaged Business Enterprise is distributed through it's distributed through the Department of Transportation. In my case, MARTA, which is the Metropolitan Atlanta Rapid Transit Authority, and they are an affiliate with the U.S. Department of Transportation. So I do have my DBE. FBE, Female Business Enterprise, Small Business Enterprise, African American Business Enterprise, Airport Concessions Disadvantaged Business Enterprise, Hub Zone, which stands for Historically Underutilized Business Zone. That is if you live and work in a urban area or underutilized area on Indian land or Native American land. That's a federal certification. Section 3 is also federal. It's through HUD and HBCU. Small disadvantaged business, small disadvantaged veteran-owned small business, veteran-owned small business. Those are all minority certifications that can be leveraged. Yes. A DUNS number. I literally just forgot what that stands for, but it's data utilization. No, it's data something. But a DUNS number. Okay, let me just back up. Here are some business certification must-haves. Now, when you are applying and registering to become a vendor or a minority vendor in registering for these certifications, these are some of the main must-haves that the agencies are going to require. So one is your DUNS number. The other one is a federal employee identification number. Both these numbers are free. So if you are redirected to a site that is trying to charge you, I don't care if it's $5. I don't care if it's 50 cents. If they're trying to charge you to obtain a DUNS or a federal EIN number, redirect yourself back to dnb.com and irs.gov for your Dun & Bradstreet number and your tax ID number. An operating agreement can be obtained through your corporate record books. Ask me if you need more information on how to obtain corporate record books. Articles of organization if you're an LLC, and incorporation if you are an INC. You'll get one or the other through the Georgia Secretary of State, well, through your state's Secretary of State. I am in Georgia, so I obtained mine through Georgia Secretary of State. Official business email address. People, if you are operating your business and if you are attempting to register your business through in a federal site, sam.gov, any site, if you're trying to obtain a minority certification or become a vendor to sell what the government is buying, do you really think that they're going to buy from a business that has a Gmail or Yahoo or a Hotmail? No. Get real with yourself. Invest in yourself. A professional business email address is roughly $8 a year. A site that I use is I used to use GoDaddy, but I found Namecheap. Namecheap.com is a fraction of the price that GoDaddy charges. Thank you. You're welcome. Business insurance. I am an insurance broker. Um, Feel free to contact me if you have any questions on how to obtain business insurance or what type of insurance is best for your business. Insurance is very inexpensive. That's a small investment. Most agencies do not require business insurance, but in my case, I just applied for the HubZone certification and they did ask me for a copy of my certificate of liability, which I was able to present to them because I do real business. And in doing real business, I have business insurance. Last 2 to 3 years tax returns, they're going to ask for that. If you made $0, doesn't matter. Still file your taxes so that you can be able to, so that you can uh, upload the required documentation. If they ask you for 2 to 3 years tax returns, give them 2 to 3 years tax returns. Most agencies, they are going to want to see a purchase or rental agreement of the office space that you are conducting your business out of. So that will be necessary. If you are a home based business, draft up a lease to your business, and bam, you have a rental agreement. Additionally, a capability statement. Now, that is your company's brochure. It's your company's mini resume. Now, it is not at all your company's resume. That's another thing that some of these agencies are going to ask for is your company's resume and a capability statement. So it is two different things, but a capability statement is a oversized business card. It is a compilation of your business. So what it entails is, your past performance or your past experiences, core strengths or core competencies, key differentiators, your company information, the name, the DUNS number, etc. It's going to require your NAICS codes. You can also add what methods of payments that you take or that you take or provide. In this capability statement or in the world of government, you need to be able to speak their language. That's going to be very important. So a past performance is nothing more than your experience, but just say the term past performance, core competencies, key differentiators. Um, Google a capability statement that's going to be more relative to your business. Here is a sample capability statement. I am going to try to zoom in. I can't, but feel free to contact me. I'll be more than happy to send this to you, or feel free to just screenshot this slide. But this is a capability statement template that can help you. More set asides. Now, we talked about certifications earlier. With those certifications are contracts that are set aside for those of you who are certified within those socioeconomic statuses that I spoke about 2 to 3 slides ago. Now, set asides are for certified small businesses. It allows you to compete with, in level in the playing field. It allows you to develop mentorships, with larger corporations, and it is going to help you build relationships with contracting agencies. Now, these are just some 12 simple but yet complex steps to government contracting. They look simple, but it takes work, okay? So assess your customer. Do your research. If you say, oh, I want to do business with, we'll just use Walmart. Walmart is not, well, I don't know if Walmart is a federal contractor or not. You know what? I'm going to use one that I know who's a federal contractor that you guys might be like, wow. Rolls-Royce. Yeah, Rolls-Royce, the car company, they are federal contractors. Now, who the heck would not want to do business with Rolls Royce, right? So, in that case, you're going to want to do your research on Rolls Royce. Google them, see what they're doing, see what they're buying, assess them, learn your customer, send them a nice to meet you card. I don't, just get creative. Create a strategy, a plan of action as to how you plan to do business with them. This would be for yourself, not for them. Educate yourself on that target customer. Then register as a vendor, as a supplier to do business with them. All right. Start building that relationship. All right. Now, these are just some key names that I have run across and have encountered throughout my journey of learning how to do business in the government marketplace. And these are Georgia resources. WEOP. I love me some WEOP, the Women's Entrepreneurial Opportunity Project. I have learned a lot. I was actually introduced into this government contracting space via the Women's Entrepreneurial Opportunity Project, and they are based here in Atlanta, Georgia. You do not have to be a Georgia resident to be a member of this organization. I highly encourage you, if you're not a member of this organization, to join. Visit their website, weop.org, and I have their website at the end of this slide. Now, this is just some little suggestions. If you are in the janitorial space or if you're in the construction space, there's a huge market for contractors or individuals who are in construction and in janitorial. The government spends most of the money in those spaces. And now that we're in a digital age and we're in a information technology age, I think it would be safe to say that IT can be added to this suggestions slide as well. These are just some scripts that has gotten me started with, making contact with who I want to do business with, right? So these scripts are going to help you with starting a dialogue with assistance counselors, contracting officers, potential prime contractors, and supplier diversity reps. So Joyce Thurman, she's part of SBA here in the Atlanta, Georgia area 3. So she's very helpful with respect to small businesses. Chastity Ash too is part of GT. She's part of the GSA. She is a small business advocate for the General Services Administration. She's not of GTPAC. I don't know why I have that there. I was given her information from GTPAC, which is the Georgia Tech Procurement Assistance Center. Georgia Tech is here in Atlanta. Every city has a PTAC, a Procurement Technical Assistance Center. So just Google. If you're in the Raleigh area, Google Raleigh PTAC, Charlotte PTAC, Cincinnati PTAC, Los Angeles PTAC, Buffalo PTAC. Every city has a PTAC. More scripts. These are some highly valued resources. Again, the Women's Entrepreneurial Opportunity Project is a wealth of information. Again, that's another small investment. I highly encourage you to join, men or women. You can be a man and you can join. There are men who are members of WEOP. SBA is awesome. Yeah. GTPAC again, and then the SBDC. Yeah. Here are some certification resources. These are third-party certifiers, not the DOT and not MARTA, but WeBank, which is the Women's Business Enterprise. One of them is not listed on here, but it is the U.S. Women's Chamber of Commerce. They are a third-party certifier. GMSDC stands for Georgia Minority Supplier Development Council. Now, every state now is they have a Minority Supplier Development Council. So if you're in Ohio, it's going to be OMSDC, and so on and so on. So these are just a list of customers that I plan to target. Some of them I have already targeted. But here are some next steps for you to get on your way to doing business with America's largest consumer. Top 50 is a bit extreme. I'm crazy with it. Start with one. Choose your top one major corporation that you want to do business with. Register as a vendor or supplier with that agency or that corporation. Locate that procurement officer, contact them, introduce yourself. Ask them what you should do to be considered for a subprime. Google that company and see what type of contracts they have won or they've been awarded with the government if this is a major corporation that you're looking to do business with. And ask them. Oh, I kind of shifted from government agency to corporation, but again, they work pretty much the same. One's corporate, one's private, same process. Here are some things to do. You want to stay up to date in SAM.gov. SAM.gov is the System for Award Management. Start there when you are wanting to do business with federal agencies. You have to start with SAM.gov. You have to get registered in SAM.gov. A few golden nuggets for procurement. Again, relationships and networking is key. Develop strategic partnerships and teaming engagements. So again, whether it's being a second tier subprime contractor with a prime company, or teaming with other small businesses on certain contracts that where they may have some of the core competencies that you do not have that you can leverage. It would be a win-win situation for you both. Now, if I may just throw in there, be very careful when it comes to teaming with other individuals. I am not so keen on giving them the who, but I will give them the what and the how and the why and everything else, not the who until until you trust doing business with that company, because you do not want, and it happens quite often, if you can avoid being backdoored, if you have spent hours sourcing government contracts and you're like, oh, I can do this contract with so and so, but then they go around you and they bid on the contract by themselves or without you, then you've lost. So there's a lot of legal measures that can be taken. I would consult with an attorney, and I have a valued attorney that I could refer you to. If you want that information, just put it in the comments below. This is your business. Government contracting is not a hustle, all right? It's not a hustle. You're not standing on, the corner with a picket sign saying, hey, I do business, or hey, let's do business. No, you have to be totally legit when doing business with the federal government or any government for that matter. And also when it comes to doing business with the government don't always know what they want. And that's no disrespect to the government. But again, that's why they contract out certain things, because they don't always know what they want. So it's up to us to kind of let them know what they want. And you have rights as a small business owner when competing. So know those rights. Start with, browsing through the FAR, which is the Federal Acquisition Regulation. I don't know if I have that link on this particular slide, but it's acquisition.gov. It's the FAR. It is the government's Bible for the most part. Here are some resources that are very, very pertinent when it comes to doing business with the government. iSearch is a site that is used by the GTPAC, FedBizOps, which is now beta.sam.gov. Federal, it pretty much stands for Federal Business Opportunities. That's where all of the federal solicitations are going to be listed, and you have to be signed up and registered to be alerted on certain contracts that are within your NAICS codes. USA Spending, the Federal Procurement Data System, the Federal Depository Library. Dynamic Small Business Search is where you can locate major corporations and where they can also locate you. All right. And then acquisition.gov is there, and that's where you would locate the FAR, which is the government's Bible. I have a lengthy list of definitions, but I am not able to click on it. But no worries if we can discuss that in a different slide. If you're interested, I'll create an entire slide going through the definitions. Some major references that have been very valuable for myself. Again, the Women's Entrepreneurial Opportunity Project. And then, oh my gosh, I love me some Miles Monroe. The 10 Rules for Success. Oh my God, it is just very touching. Types of government contracts, I will not get into in this particular slide. That's a whole nother hour, 30 minutes to an hour perhaps. But I'm not going to get into that. I will give you one, just one. I had it on the slide. I was going to delete it, but I decided not to, which is a sole source contract. It's a direct award to one company. There's no competition involved. So there's no lengthy procurement processes, no price negotiations. There may be some price negotiations. I would recommend that you stay within a certain bracket, 18 to 30%. And I am Kela Taylor. Thank you again. And that is not me, actually, but KelaTaylor.com is my more fun, expressive website. It's my personal branded website. You can gain more knowledge and information about me on that particular website. But in all seriousness, Marquee Enterprises, again, my professional services firm, our skills and expertise are rooted from insurance broker services, commercial real estate development, project management, brokering, staffing, etc. So, guys, thank you so much for allowing me to educate you and give you basic knowledge on doing business with the government. I promise you, this was quick. This is a ongoing, just like success, learning how to do business with the government. This is ongoing. All right. So there is no ceiling to learning. Constantly learn. The government is constantly changing laws. They're constantly evolving. They're constantly creating new sites, new legislations, all of that good stuff. So it's a constant process. I will keep you guys updated. I'm super excited to, be into this space. Thank you guys so much. If you like what you have seen in this video, give me a thumbs up. If you love it, please subscribe. That will encourage me to create more videos like this, but more detailed videos, all right? And give you direct resources and knowledge. If you want one-on-one advice from me, then you can go to KelaTaylor.com and you can schedule a strategy session. There is a fee associated with that, but I'm going to overwhelm you with knowledge. I promise you that. All right, guys. That's it. That's my time. Thank you so much. And you all have a great day.